Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Tanae and this is Uyan Beauty. In this video, we're going to be doing a first impressions and look with the new Juvia's Place Wahala 2 palette. I have the first Wahala palette. I did a first impressions on that, and I also did 2 more looks. I'll drop those videos somewhere in case you guys want to check those out. Wahala means drama. I absolutely love this color story. I love the dramatic blues in here. The greens. It looks like the greens are kind of all in one row. Then you have these beautiful warm shades over here, some browns, some coppers. Just a beautiful color story. Let me go ahead and drop in some swatches and we'll go ahead and we'll talk about that. The one thing that I noticed right away when I was swatching this palette, the formula in this one compared to the first Wahala palette, it's more pigmented. They were easier to swatch. They seem to blend a little bit better. The shimmers and the metallics are so much creamier. They're smoother, very, very wet looking. The duochrome shade Fake, oh my god, that's absolutely gorgeous. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of, as you guys know, are the pressed glitters, but the ones in this palette are really beautiful. They do stick to your skin. You still might want to use a glitter base or glitter adhesive just to give it a little bit more staying power. All the shimmers and metallics in here swatch absolutely beautiful. The only one that was a little chunky is Fame, which is this white shade up here. Still beautiful, just a little chunky, so you might need to use a glitter base, glitter adhesive, or what your brush or something to get that one to stick a little bit better. But it is a really beautiful shade. All right, let's go ahead and play with the formula, put together a look, and then we'll do our final thoughts. First thing we're going to do, prime our eyelids using my Juvia's Place I Am Magic Concealer. I am literally down to the very bottom. I'm like scraping around the edges. I will definitely be repurchasing this. I have a bunch of other concealers that I'm currently working through right now, so I'm probably going to wait till I work through a few of those first, but then I'm definitely going to be repurchasing this. I absolutely love this formula. I think what I'm going to do first is take my fluffy BH Cosmetics brush, go into Lit, and lay that over the entire eyelid. It's kind of my transition and setting shade. And then we'll go from there and see where we want to take this look. My child palette, the Mandalorian, just came in, the one from ColourPop. I know they're going to be doing like a green and brown look with that one, so I don't want to mimic the same look. I'm trying to do something different than what I'm doing in that, with that particular look and that particular palette. I was originally thinking about going with the green and brown, but that's what I'm doing with that palette, so I want to do something different with this look. Now we're going to take Wicked and we're going to lay that all over the eyelid. This look is not going to match my shirt. My shirt is green, but as you can see, we're going with a kind of a more blue look. But we're going to lay this in the crease area, and then we're going to blend a darker blue on the outer corner. One thing that I noticed, like I said when I was doing the swatches, is that these particular shades, they're a lot more pigmented. They seem to be smoother. They seem to blend a little bit better, especially the metallics and the shimmers. Those were definitely creamier than the ones that were in the Wahala One palette, for sure. We're just blending this into the crease, and then we're going to blend it a little bit into the outer corner area, just slowly building it up. It's really pretty. It's like a royal blue shade. Pigmented, pretty easy to work with. I'm not having a difficult time with blending or anything. Now we're going to take a fluffier brush. I think this is the one that came out of my Urban Decay Cherry palette. It's a dual-sided brush. We're going to take the fluffy end, go into Egg Balmy. I think that's how you say it. Please forgive me if I'm saying it wrong, but we're going to take this brush and we're going to lay that shade on the outer corner, blending it into the crease with that other color. This one is just a little bit deeper. It's definitely more blue, more navy blue, less royal blue. But I just want to pack that on the outer corner, getting a little bit of fallout. Let me tap this brush off a little bit more. Pack that into that corner and then softly blend into the crease. We just want to add a little more depth in the outer corner there. Just a little bit. These shades are blending so much better than they did in that Wahala palette. It's like they took the formula that was in the Wahala palette, the first one in the Wahala One, and perfected it with the Wahala Two. The formula in this one is definitely smoother and more pigmented. I'm going to go ahead and take a little more of that Lit shade on that very first fluffy brush and just blend out the edges just a little bit, just to kind of diffuse things. We don't want a super, super harsh line. The shimmer I'm going to lay down is Fake. This beautiful purpley green blue duochrome shift. Oh my goodness. It's funny because in person I see like a green bluish shift. On camera it looks like it's a more pinky purple shift. Either way, it is absolutely gorgeous. But I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take that on this flat angled side of this BH Cosmetics dual side brush, and I'm going to use that to lay it down. I decided to use this brush because of the angle. I figure it would make it a little more easier to be more detailed with it. So I'm going to take it here and then just lay that down, kind of following my crease a little bit. Kind of doing a cut crease, but not really, since we're not actually laying down a base or anything. But oh my goodness. That is so beautiful and shiny. I don't have to wet the brush. I didn't lay down my BH Cosmetics Base Booster. I didn't use that. This is just an absolutely beautiful shade. Lay it down on the other side. And then we'll lay down an inner corner highlight. And go ahead and do liner and lashes. I don't think I'm going to do anything on the lower lash line today. This particular formula, this particular shade, it feels so wet and creamy when I'm laying it down on the eyelid. It is just a beautiful formula. Take a little bit more Egg Balmy. Like I said, please forgive me if I'm saying that wrong, but just want to blend these two shades into each other. A nice little gradient from that beautiful shimmer into that matte. I'm going to take the smaller end of this dual-sided brush and we're going to go into Ambitious right here, and that's going to be our inner corner highlight. Like that right there, and that right into the other two shades. My word, that's beautiful. That didn't take any effort at all to blend into that area. And that's the shadow complete. I'm going to go ahead and use my Urban Decay Perversion liner to line my lids. I think I'm going to do a wing, not a really big one. Not too big, but something a little dramatic to kind of go with this dramatic eye look. Something like that. Having hooded eyelids, doing wings can be a little bit tricky. It took practice. Even now, I still have to kind of take my time. It's mainly getting them to match. That's the biggest issue. So that they look the same on both sides. Usually what happens is I start off wanting to have like a very light wing, and the next thing I know it gets away from me and it's like a gigantic wing sticking out on both sides of my eyes. I'm going to go off camera, throw on my lashes, blush, highlight, lips, and then we'll come back and we'll do our final thoughts. And we're back. Lashes, blush, highlighter, all of that is done. I'm using my Ionic Lashes. These are my 3D Faux Mink lashes in Wispy Flare Spiky. They have a nice little flare on the end, not too big, not too small. My blush is from Malibu Glitz. It's just really pretty, kind of a red tony pink shade. I don't know the actual name. I will make sure that I drop it down in the description box below. The actual packaging itself doesn't have the name of the blush on it, but like I said, it will be in the description box below. My highlighter is the Tribe Highlighter Volume 2 by Juvia's Place. This really beautiful kind of a mid-tone gold shade. It just looks so beautiful in the cheekbones. I also went on ahead and put a little bit of liner in my lower waterline. I'm trying to experiment with that. This is the Grand Fate Order. I don't know the shade. This actually came out of a No Make No Life box. This is a Japanese beauty product, but as you can see, it's just a really pretty purple, kind of a cool toned liner there, but I threw that in my lower lash line. I lined my lips with this burgundy lip liner. This is from Five Below. There's no name on it. It came with liquid lipsticks. Those I threw away, but I really do like the liner, so I kept those. And my lip color is Budapest. This is from the NYX Sabrina Netflix collaboration collection. And now for final thoughts. The packaging, absolutely beautiful, just like the first Wahala palette. Just absolutely gorgeous. I loved the color story. The blues, the greens, and you also have these warm toned browns and pinks and corals in here. This color story is absolutely gorgeous. And like I said in the very beginning of the video when I was doing the swatches and everything, I just noticed immediately that the formula in this palette is just so much better than the formula in the first Wahala palette. The mattes are just more pigmented, they're smoother, they blended better. The shimmers are just creamier, they're more buttery, they're more wet looking on the eyelid. If you don't have the first one and you're trying to decide if you want to get both or if you just want to get one or the other, I would say get the second one. I think this one overall is just a better formula. I just think that everything about this one is better than the first one. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you hit subscribe and join my little family if you're not already subscribed. And if you'd like to be notified of any videos that may be coming up in the future, just be sure to tap the notification bell down below. You'll be notified each and every time. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.